Welcome, friends. Can you believe another week has gone by since we last gathered with you all to have this time together of prayer and music and meditation? I can't believe how fast the days are flying by. So as we begin to sink into this time today, we're kind of holding the thought as we move closer to the time of the election. We're holding the thoughts for this meditation of kindness and oneness and peace. So let those begin to percolate, and let's begin to go deeper.
I am spirit, I am holy, I am sacred, I am light. You are spirit, you are holy, you are sacred, you are light. We are spirit, we are holy, we are sacred, we are light. All is spirit, all is holy, all is sacred, all is light, all is light.
And so to honor that phrase that Wiley just sang about all is light, I'm going to light this candle. As an outer expression, an outer symbol of that light of love, that light of the divine that flows through each and every one of us, through every moment of our lives. And you know, it's been proven by science that we all have that same DNA. On the inside, we're all the same sacred humans coming here living this lifetime together as that. And so we just continue to dedicate this time together to really knowing that oneness, that light that's in and through underneath it all the perceived differences in our world. And when we do that, as we do that, doesn't that bring peace in your heart? Does in mine. So let's sink even deeper into that place of oneness in this present moment where we join together in this living, loving presence of the divine. Deep breaths, you all. Just let yourself continue to each breath take you in a little deeper.
My skin may be a different shade, my language not the same. I pray in different places, I call God by different names. My clothing may not be like yours, might stand out in a crowd, but in universal spirit there are differences allowed. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. My arms embrace my children, I fall in love, I cry. I marvel at the sunset as another day goes by. But halfway round the world I know your rain brings rainbows too. Though we might seem so different, I am just the same as you. We share the precious present as we are present holds the key to a world that is more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. Imagining the future, remembering the past, together we can co-create a vision that will last. We have the precious present, and we the presence is the key to a world that is more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. Oh, we share the dream.
So will you all, in your mind, heart, being, share that dream with Wiley and I right now, imagining it in your mind's eye, that world that is more loving. You know, I was brought up with the golden rule, And it's in every single faith tradition, just with a little different words. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The simplicity of living that would bring such a world of more love, wouldn't it? It's so easy. It's so easy. We are all one human family sharing this beautiful planet here. On my wall at the shala where I practice yoga, it says it's not our differences, and that's those outer differences that separate us, but our inability to accept those differences. So what if we tried an experiment this week of practicing that golden rule with each and every person on this planet, no matter what those outer differences look like? Oh, wouldn't that create a world of peace? And so to do that, I always think about Rumi's quote. It's my favorite of his, or one of them many ways. Beyond the idea of right and wrong, or beyond the idea of differences, there is a field. I will meet you there. So let's join in that field and do a little time of meditation and forgiveness of how perhaps we have forgotten that oneness, and be willing to claim with the power of our thoughts here the vision of that world of peace. Beyond the idea of right and wrong, we join in that field.
Beyond the idea of right and wrong, there lies a field. Beyond the idea of right and wrong, there lies a field. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there. Beyond the idea of power and control, there lies a field. Beyond the idea of power and control, there lies a field. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there in the field beyond. I'll meet you there.
Deep breaths. Just allowing some spaciousness to really live into and breathe into that field beyond. That field in and through it all. And as I'm imagining with my mind eye, I'm imagining it as a field of stardust, of flowers, of anything and everything that comes to your mind, of gentleness and beauty and welcoming for all people. Truly beyond that idea of any differences, where we can sink into that divine love that flows underneath it all. And so as we're resting here for a moment or two, the invitation is to allow any memory or anything that's going on in our world today, or any place that might challenge you to hold that truth, and to ask you if you're willing to bring that situation, that relationship, into this precious present moment, in this field beyond the idea of any differences of right and wrong, and just allow that power of love of all creation to soften and flow in through it. So let's just rest for a moment or two in that field, in that place of silence, that place where all creation begins, in the silence of our being. And so from this place of this absolutely precious present moment, we just let all those memories of the past melt away. So that we truly can open and go forward with this new vision that we've been holding here together, and walk forward in our individual lives, but remembering the simplicity of the golden rule: to treat, to do unto others as we would want them to treat and to do unto us. How simple is that? And I'm even going to hold that it's not only simple, but easy this week. So just thank you all for joining with Wiley and I in this field. And let's just begin to breathe into this time of taking this consciousness forward into each present moment.
I'll meet you there, I'll meet you there, in the field beyond, I'll meet you there.
So I know Wiley's and my arms are out in that welcoming gesture to absolutely every single one of you that comes into this field to be with us this week. And I'm picturing a crowd. So please join us this week as we live our lives beyond that idea of right and wrong, in that precious present moment of only love. So blessed be you all. I know, yeah, we love you all, and thank you so much for sharing this time with us. Blessed be.
Peace.
No, peace.